Hello, and welcome to my Let's Play of Anno 117 Pax Romana, and welcome back to Port Serenus. Here, as a little recap, we have a more laid-back Let's Play experience where we essentially are going through each component of the game. We've made so much progress here in Serenus. We currently have a Grand Gladiator Games underway. We've expanded to 4 different islands here in Latium. And we've advanced, of course, to the Patrician residents and fulfilled all of their needs. Primary goal for today is to complete the optional needs, or the path that we haven't yet chosen, from Albion. So that includes the chariots, the hand mirrors, and the brooches, which is kind of surprising we haven't yet done that this far into the game. However, and I guess we can also do the bird tongues in Espic. So why we haven't done that is we have yet to explore the Roman path in Albion. So that is going to be a primary goal of today. But before we do so, I do want to do a little bit of cleaning up here in Port Serenus. So the first thing is we're getting very close on sandal consumption here. Worried that as we do some more expansions, that will get pretty tight. So I want to go ahead and throw down an additional sandal maker, increase our cash as well, and squeeze in a warehouse, maybe about here. If we do additional farms, that could make sense. So we'll do this, and we should have plenty of tanneries for the leather. Let's make sure this is even now. Yep, that looks good. And then the other major thing I wanted to do is if we jump over here to Appolonia, this is definitely, at least for me, this is a much more beautiful island than Serenus. Just naturally, I love the elevation changes, the river just seems much more striking. We're doing a good amount here economically. What is this? Wow. A shipwreck here. That's pretty neat. I haven't noticed that before. Wow. Alright, all the more reason to want to do more here on this island. But in order to advance from the plebs to the eques, we're going to need to provide a household good. And the one that's sticking out to me is olive oil. We have a major stockpile of this. So gonna go ahead and maintain that minimum stock and see if there is a available trade route here for Apollonia. So we know this ship is doing some work. It's all full there. How about this one? All right, this one looks good. So let's go ahead, load up on olive oil, bring that back to Apollonia, and maybe we could add a no trade. Alright. Don't want everything to kind of get stockpiled over here in Apollonia, but if it does, that's okay. Let's take a look at the event from the Amphitheater. The Mysterious Murmillo, Part 2, Act 1. Today is the day the Mysterious Murmillo Fablius makes his first appearance. His skin is gray like the ashes. His helmet's eye gratings make him look like an insect. And he is fast and deadly. His opponent, a tall convict they call Gigantulus, collapses after taking a brutal blow to the head. The mystery figure salutes you without taking off his helmet. What is to be done with Gigantulus? Alright, do we kill? This will increase happiness by +3 for 4 hours. Wow. All buildings on the island. And +3 prestige. Wow, that's pretty intense. Alright, if we spare them, we will get Gigantulus to enter our service as a specialist. Very interesting. So it's a captain. I don't really have a need for a navy at the moment. I'm sorry. The bonus, the people want blood. We're gonna give it to them. Sorry, convict. We weren't gonna spare you. But all of our metrics here in Serenus are doing very, very well. And that's mostly because of these events, as well as our supply of goods. So let's go ahead and begin a little bit of a delivery, I guess. So we have this tier 3 ship. And I'm thinking, are we constructing any? Let's go ahead. Could add maybe 2 more ships. But what we need is some building supplies to bring up to Albion. Especially concrete, probably tiles, and eventually marble. It's probably getting a little ahead of ourselves. But let's send this up to Prima for now. And we'll keep the flagship. Alright. Last thing before we jump over to Albion is I want to come up here to our 4th island and devote this to a god. And who I'm thinking, because we've already maxed out our devotion to Ceres, I want to see if we could do anything else maybe beneficial. Is okay. I think for this island, because we are producing flax here, which is pivotal to our toga production, I want to go ahead and devote this to Minerva, or the Greek version would be Athena. So what we could do here is throw down Sanctuary, and also Grammaticus. Nice idea. And see if we could do a few more homes. Looks like we don't have any real negative effects quite yet. Alright, let's just make sure we didn't. Perfect. Alright. And I guess beer. Alright, so we can control that here on this island. Can we control it in Serenus? We can! Okay. This could have been from the update last week. Being able to control the supply of beer. That's very, very good. Just gives us a lot more. I know, I was calling this out a lot. The effect that beer has is pretty substantial in happiness, yeah. 1,000, over 1,000 from supplying that need to every population tier we have. Can we take a look at what our population is? Island population 16,778. We need to advance quite a bit to get to that next tier, but I'm happy with tier 10 for now. Let's focus on Albion. So, without further ado, let's head north to the northern province. And if you're enjoying this series, please, the best thing you can do is drop a comment. I'd love to interact with you if you're enjoying something that you've noticed, maybe something you think I could do better or you want to see next. I respond to each and every comment, so I'd love to see you down there. Now here we are in a festival here in Prima. Very nice. I've devoted this island to Ceres as well. And as you can see, little recap, we have a bunch of marshland that we can take advantage here. But in terms of population area, we don't have a huge amount of excess space. So for that reason, I want to keep this island dedicated to the Celts path. So we have aldermen here, everything's working quite well. We're supplying a lot of these goods, like, I guess mainly the cloaks, I want to say, are coming from Prima. Yeah, so we have the cloaks that we're not consuming at all. I wonder if we could grant them that ability? We could. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Yeah, cloaks, this is going to increase. Yeah, why not? Alright. But we're not going to focus too much on Prima. We may come over here and grab some building materials, but thinking this island. Now, perhaps we expand to another island. We got plenty of cash, so I'm not worried about that. But I think we should have enough room here to go Roman. So that's what we're going to try to do. Let's see. Maybe this could be kind of our Celtic area, and we advanced with kind of new residents here. Maybe even I'm envisioning a wall, perhaps. So let's see about doing something up here. We'll blueprint this for now. Maybe something like this. This is kind of compact building, so I do want to be purposeful with what we have to work with here. Don't know. So if we go up this direction, will we be able to squeeze in some homes on each side here? Definitely. Okay. That's nice. This one. Alright, what we can do, construct these residents, take all these out, kind of build linearly up into the highlands. Alright, like so. And we're going to go ahead and place down a market. We're essentially starting from scratch here. But this is going to be worth it. So I think we're going to bring a lot more technology out of this region back to our home island of Serenus. Alright, now thinking more Roman grid style. Sweet. It's always a little bit, I guess, tricky and exciting to map out how exactly we're gonna do our blocks. In Albion, as you may notice, I haven't done any grids here. All very organic, kind of cul-de-sacs or rings of buildings, trying to be more organic. But since this will be the Romanized district, don't need to do that. Right. Probably gonna need some city services up here. Thought that might fit. Not to worry. Squeeze in an extra residence. Alright, then, let's see. Could we perhaps add some tunics over here? Or, you know what, I don't like providing tunics because all it does is add income, where we don't need income here. We got plenty. Ooh, a festival on this island. Okay, beautiful. We actually have breweries here, so don't know if I want to provide that. Let's see, how much do we have in supply? Alright, good amount. That trade seems to be working. Alright, so let's go ahead and Romanize for the first time. Here, if we do this, and then select the Roman path, so make it a lot easier for us. Add in a few more. Is there a way we could squeeze in another? Don't know. Right. Now, we just threw down a good amount of homes. Let's take a look at our resource consumption here. Re-choose, gonna need some additional. Same with eels. No, we're definitely not providing very much here because up until now, this has just been a beer-focused island. So, let's go ahead and increase our eel production. Alright, that looks quite good. And then for reeds, we probably are good. This is a 1 to 2, if I'm not mistaken. We are using all of the reeds. Huh, do we already have 2 of these? We do. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead, add this in. We have the workforce to do this. And find a good spot for another reed. Gonna need another warehouse as well. Right. Very good. We'll do this, we'll do that. Check this radius. Perfect. Alright, 154. That's good. We should be able to wrap this road around. Let's double check. We definitely can. Alright. Very good. So, let's take a look at the Mercaders. What are they going to need? Alright. Herbs or bread? Looks like we're going to go with bread. We don't actually need fertility for wheat, which is something that I definitely like in this game. Makes things a lot easier. Let's see. Will we need some additional charcoal? Alright, maybe not immediately, but what we can do is start this bread production. Now this is going to be timber. Okay. Let's do this right about here then. Fire safety is struggling, and this is all a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio here in Albion. So what we can do, just throw one down per each. Alright, that looks pretty good. Oh my goodness. Maybe I forgot one small detail. Alright. We'll get in these fields. We'll start to supply bread to people. Just built so many warehouses. They take like 8 waiters a pop. No, 3 here. Alright, not too bad. A little easier up here in Albion. Alright. I definitely do want to find a good spot for a vigili. We'll do that. Let's see. Nice. Love to see that trade. Now, I'm not rushing or anything. I'm just curious where that ship with all of our production supplies are, or construction. It's nearly here. Perfect. So we're paving the way. Have Mercaders. We have bread being supplied. How about a Grammaticus up here? Ooh, and a nice parade going through the streets. Alright. Grammaticus looks good here. Well, we didn't provide any of this. Well, we did. We have a Phantom. Is this separate? No. Same. What does this provide? So this is belief and 1 knowledge. Interesting. And plus 3 knowledge. Okay. Let's see. Let's queue up some additional research. Looks like we recently expired on that one. Let's see about this. That's nice. Increased range. What else may we want? That's good. Some extra plebeian workforce. Ooh, sink 10 ships belonging to raiders. Nice. Don't know if we did that or not. Could just be a delayed achievement or some update in the game. Alright, we've made a ton of progress here. Thinking what would be most impactful here in Albion. Well, we could check out what that devotion may do for us. Available trolls. Wow, I can't believe we don't have that. That's kind of a base need. Alright, additional charcoal, very good. We already have that. Drainage, we should probably get now that we went the Albion, or the Roman path here in Albion. And wow, that's an hour of research. Alright, very good. Now let's see. In order to get brooches, we're going to need some more people. Maybe it's time for us to build our villa. Let's take a look. Okay, actually putting the villa down here. Yeah, that has great coverage and allows us to kind of split the difference. Keep an eye on the Celts, but also be included in the Roman district. Right. Integrate this a little bit. And do we have any specialists just hanging out here? Increased happiness, why not? Give us about 50. Medici in range. Our health is a little bit low here. Maybe we go ahead and do this. We can even remove this for now. Put a Medici over here. Ooh, running low on tiles. Looks like this ship is on the way. Ooh, slowly. It's very much weighed down by all these construction materials. Pretty awesome to see our eagle on the mast there. Looking good. Alright, we will whoa. We'll redirect this to Dola. And let's continue to add more residents here. In the grid fashion. Very good. Got plenty of timber. As we know, that's very important to advancement. Alright, nice that we don't need the tiles to upgrade to Mercaders. Yeah, at this point we definitely don't have a problem with cash, which is good. Alright, brooches. So silver, we got some silver, and it's actually not too far. Oh, we have 9 mountain slots over here. Well, that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and add this. We have a workforce, and we have a warehouse already. Very good. And positive fire safety even. That's great. Silver mine, negative health though, so we want those tiles as soon as possible to add this Medici. Maybe we even add one up here. I'm kind of tempted because it will be affected by this boost. And available patrols isn't going to actually increase our health. Just if we have an outbreak of plague. Alright, let's add this here. And we are going to need additional charcoal for sure. So, we can do this. And then what are our ratios here for brooches? So we'll have 1 silver mine to 2 silver forges to 1 fibularium. Wow, that's a big word. All right, let's see about this. So, silver comes out of the mine. Maybe we can adjust some things here. Don't need all that space. We wrap this around the warehouse, like so. Should be able to fit in silver forge. Then reconnect this road. Waiting on the tile, totally fine. Get some additional charcoal, so I think we will need it. That looks good. Alright, that's all planned out. Let's see, how much will we need back in Serenus? I don't know if it'll tell us. Okay, it will. Alright, 2 tons a minute, which would require 4 of these, I think. We'll see how this ratio works out. But we can set up another. Curious. This is quite a beautiful island as well. Like amazing mountains. This waterfall, pretty epic. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and add another silver mine. Two of these. This should be... needs a little bit more space. That's pretty tight, actually. Don't know if it will be fully operational. It's not. Let's see. How about now? Alright. That looks like it's barely good. Take it. Ooh. So close. Reconnect this, and then add our fibularium and warehouse. Back here. And for safety, little well. Alright, now let's offload these tiles. Everything we need here. First things first. Increase some health on the island, get us positive, and begin the silver production for brooches. We're committing. We got the workforce just about barely, and that'll bring us a lot of these brooches. So let's double check. First things first, charcoal. Nailed that one. Silver, our ratio is correct. The demand for silver, ooh, okay, so we have 4 of these. Well, that makes our life easier. So, I was incorrect. 30 seconds to 1 minute. is 2 to 1. So 1 minute to 2 minutes is 1 to 2 as well. 1 to 2, 1 to 2. So we can add a lot more of these. Let's do it. Now, location-wise, let's do this. Should have the workforce, no problem. How's that go? Looks like we could place one more. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Bet we could squeeze that in there, no problem. Let's do it. And our fire safety is barely negative. Look at that. Let's see what we could do about it. That might be enough to bring us positive. Yes, it is. Alright, workforce, a little bit shy. How's our distance on market? That's good. Right, missing a street connection. We're okay, don't worry. Alright, so this should be balancing out quite nice. The need is very low. Alright, the silver should just be coming up to speed, slowly but surely. Now, I bet you we need some additional charcoal after adding another... Wow. You don't. Interesting thing about charcoal is they have different burn cycles. So it's not immediately clear. Like if you look at this chart, you think, oh, we need one charcoal burner per silver forge. And you can see here, processing time is 30 seconds per ton, but it doesn't tell you here what the burn cycle is. So if we go into the silver forge, the burn cycle is 2 minutes, which is different than the processing time of silver. So it actually consumes less. And over here in the Bibularum, also 2 minutes. Let's see about the bakery. 2 minutes there, or that's the brewery. Maybe it's standardized. Oh, 2 minutes. So I guess that's kind of good to know that it produces charcoal, but it doesn't necessarily consume charcoal on that same timer. 30-second creation, 2-minute consumption. Alright, I think this should be pretty even. We may want to plan out a second. Maybe there is good, actually. Let's see if that ruins everything we've worked for. Alright, that looks good, that looks good. Perfect, perfect. And we are working on that research for fuel efficiency, so not too worried about that. Alright, now, in order to advance to the next level, I think we have everything that we need once the brooches come in, but we'll need amphorae or olive oil. Interesting. Taking a look at these other islands, see what we might want. Well, for our aldermen, we'll need some beaver population, which we are lacking. This has amphorae, which would be kind of easy for us to claim. Let's see if we could pull this island into our domain here. It's a bit far away. I also haven't explored much. Ooh, another update from the games. Your Legatus Legionis, Legion Commander, wants to motivate the Legionari by participating in the next round of gladiatorial battles at the Amphitheater of Port Serenus. Your Eques Minerator grumbles that the games would have to be weakened in order to spare the lives of the Legionari. Will you allow the Legionari to fight the gladiators? Alright, we don't have a standing military, so this may not be the biggest risk, but offer half of the amphitheater's battles for training. Troops in the province don't have any. And we take a hit to happiness and prestige for 8 hours. Alright, offer all amphitheater battles. Minus 2 happiness. Yeah, this is a peacetime. Refuse. Sorry. Not much we need, though. Alright. Would be nice if we weren't in such poor standings with the Emperor. Yeah. I'd love to get another ship over here in Albion. Ooh, this is a... Do we have granite? No. Ooh. Let's do that instead. I think it's closer and better. Small, but we shouldn't need too much room. Amphorae does take up a bit of space, but let's do that. All right, and in the meantime, let's swing back over to Tordola. Make sure we can actually produce this amphorae. All right, not quite. So let's upgrade. More residents. Okay, now we're paving streets. Oh, now we're committed. More residents. You got it. No problem. Keep our more organic pathing going over here in the Celtic district. Oh, come on. Very good. Put in these residents. Easy peasy. Alright, then let's make sure we're not missing any road connections here. That's going to be a tight one. Let's see. Want to squeeze one more. Fire and Prima. You can take a look how severe it is. Alright, that should be good there. Let's see. This fire alert. Oh, it's minor. Very minor. I can add a Vigili up here. Really makes sense. Put it out. Very good. And our ship's almost there. Ooh. Took some damage. Alright. How are things going here? Escorting. Alright. Then let's double check. We added a bunch of residents. How are we doing? Still doing okay. Cockles. Let's add that. Something we kind of skipped over. Let's see. How can this best fit in? That looks okay. Alright. I think it kind of fits. You know? Homes are on the shore. Protected from the breakwater. I like it. Well-designed building. Alright, let's do some more of this as well. Do some additional. Maybe we can do this in place. Just that. 45, very good, all connected. And eel picker we also constructed. Alright, so brooches have been delivered. Let's see. Alright, if we settle this island, 45,000, easy. And we establish the amphorae. So what will this require? Need some mud, resin, no worries. And then what are our ratios here? 1, 1, 1, a little less. Let's see. Shouldn't need too much going in here. Just need 3. May even have the workforce to get this started. Connect these roads up. Add some charcoal. Alright, let's see what we can do here. What do you need? Ooh, tiles. I should have loaded up on some tiles. Alright, let's pull them from Prima. So we got quite the stockpile. A little suspect having warships right outside my island. Says we're in the open sea. I'm not so sure about that. Alright, but I think we will need tier 2 residents to work these. Yes, we'll need some Mercaders. Alright, so that means we need some population. And we'll do it in grids for the Roman. That looks good. Do some planning around Celtic base population, waiters. More organic as we blend. We'll of course need some cockles. And eel production. And then we'll need a lot of mud for this amphorae. Keep that as grid-like as we can. Let's see, we're at 215. Let's see if we can do something a little more centralized for this warehouse. Looks good. One closer. Perfect. Alright, we got eels. Let's get some reeds in here. Paint these in. just huge. 140. Thankfully this is a 2 to 1. And like so. Connect this up. Alright, and then hopefully we are almost ready. Where is this ship? This ship is slow. These should be our fastest ships, and I feel like even without any cargo, it's pretty slow. Rolled past 20,000 total population. Very good. Alright, let's load up on some tiles. Maybe some of this as well. Right. Guess yeah, we've been importing that granite production. It's worked out so far. Right. And we're gonna need to provide a market. Let's do this. One of these. Very good. Now we should be able to get our first Mercaders on Fairford. Very good. Alright, well, I would say pretty great progress. We'll probably be starting to load up on these brooches here. Check our production, what we may want to send back home. Looks pretty good. Do we have an available trade route, perhaps? Cheese, beer, it's full. This hybrid. That's full for now. This is a possibility. At least just for the brooches. Safe to do that. Quick change this up. So this will load 50 cloak, unload wine, then stop over in Tudor, Tudula, get some brooches, unload. Perfect. Should be good. Alright. That's great. Great progress. And once we get this amphorae, we'll be able to advance down the Roman line. Get us some. Oh, don't. Got a little ahead of myself. Little ahead of myself there. Alright, let's get the Romans. And we'll need the mud. What do we unlock here? Ooh, nice. Be able to drain this marshland if needed. For this island, I think we'll need every square inch of this marsh. So we won't get too excited about that. But let's do these. Like so. Connect this up. Plenty of timber. Good. Alright, one mud pit. Add another potter. Let's see where that gets us. Should need some additional. Yep. Ooh, more than I thought. Charcoal's okay. How much workforce? What are we talking here? 3 waiters. That's good. let's go ahead and build all 3. And then we'll actually be able to consume it here.
Get your miscellaneous gubbins. Best market for gubbins in these parts, I tell ya.
Let's do this. Wrap it in a road, please. Can even upgrade these 3 since that's kind of our transition area. Alright, this looks pretty good. Let's double check our maths. Come on now, resin. You should be working all fine. Charcoal. Wow, don't need the second one. Need additional mud. Well, I knew we were going to need a lot. Didn't know we were going to need that much. Let's keep this here. Alright, how about that? That gets us closer. I need one more to fully satisfy 3 of these potters. Alright. Now we should probably build some timber production here. How much workforce? Need to add some, but that's totally appropriate. Like so. And then another organic block. Good. No, I like to ask what you think about this biome, this region. Do you like spending time here in Albion? Because some of these islands are just gorgeous. But the production chains, maybe less exciting? I don't know. It's kind of hard to defeat that second region syndrome, you know, of wanting to go back to the home island. Alright, but back to business. We will have to get another ship over here. So let's do that. First, queue up some additional research. That trading post be okay. That's great. Get some extra waiter workforce as we continue working in Albion. And this should... oh, that's going to be instantaneous. Shrines. Let's see. Don't really need a ton. That's fine to get. This is fine to get. That should help Prima. So we've gone the Albion path there. And we start to get some walls. Okay with that. But let's head. Oh, you want a ransom? I gotta accept the risk, sadly. The Emperor's upset with us as it is. Alright, let's build another ship. And I guess send more of our military vessels up north. Alright. That's pretty nice. Should probably only need a trireme to supply the amphorae back to Toldula. Let's see. Could probably send both these ships. Okay, send those there. And the workforce here with our mighty navy is definitely starting to feel it. I don't expect those brooches to be here quite yet, but let's take a look. Not the province map, the world map. Alright, you got some... oh, we don't get to know. Alright, well, let's see if we can get a status report. I I think we assigned those brooches to a route that was going in the opposite direction. Yeah, so now it's going back.
In your city.
All right. Well, I would say we have a long way to go in Albion to supply these final goods, especially for the Patricians, since they require so much. But today, checked off the brooches, and we are getting close to upgrading to noble, so we'll do that next. I guess that'll do it. So thanks so much for watching. Again, please leave a comment if you're liking the series so far. Take care.